In this section, you'll learn more about the technique purpose alignment model. I'll help you illustrate a model to determine if something should be considered an area of strategic concern. The primary purpose of the technique purpose alignment model is to assess ideas in the context of customer and business value. Simply put, it helps you prioritize work based on purpose. How to accomplish this? By examining features, requirements, or products in two dimensions. One dimension helps us determine if the features make a market differentiation or not. And the second dimension examines what would happen with the organization if we implement the requirement or if it is missing, that is, how critical the feature is. By generating a purpose alignment model, business analysts help with prioritizing requirements, which is of great benefit to key stakeholders when making decisions on what to implement next. Decision makers need to be aware of which features bring the most value to the organization so they can decide where to invest. Let's take a moment to check how different organizations should use this model. The model, as explained, has been designed for use by for-profit organizations that face competition in the marketplace, where the typical labels for the two dimensions in this case are mission-critical and market differentiation. On the other hand, market differentiation doesn't apply to non-profit and governmental organizations, so the label must be modified to be relevant. An excellent example alternative to this dimension might be, for example, the delivery of social goods. Following is the template that is used to generate a purpose alignment model. As we already mentioned, there are two dimensions that in the case of a for-profit organization can be labeled as mission-critical and market differentiation. Typically, there are lower and higher values presented for the dimensions. What you can see as well is that there are 4 quadrants to focus your attention on. The labels of the quadrants depend on the intersection of the dimensions' values. For example, in case of a low mission-critical and low market differentiation, the quadrant in place is Who cares? While in case of a low mission-critical but high market differentiation, we are talking about partners, and so on. Let me help you comprehend the boxes deeper. We already mentioned the Who cares quadrant, which we get if both dimensions have low values. What low values indicate is that these are the features that do not add much value to the organization nor the customers, and they can be easily omitted. Decision makers usually choose to reallocate the resources to some other, more beneficial activities. Next, if we stay with low mission-critical value but observe a high market differentiation, we get the partners quadrant. These are the activities that the organization does not benefit from directly, but are essential to the customers. As the most internal resources will probably be assigned to other boxes, decision makers may choose to partner with some other organizations who would perform these tasks more effectively. The functions that are common for most of the organizations, like finance and HR, are critical to the functioning of the company. Still, they don't provide any advantage to the organization with regard to the competition. These items fall into parity box. The best practice is to adopt these services. And finally, the items that are highly differentiated in the market and which are mission-critical represent the differentiating box for the organizations. The purpose of these requirements is to win customers and gain market share. The most investment in this case goes to innovation. Now it's your turn. Pause the course, grab a piece of paper and illustrate a purpose alignment model that matches the project or product you are assigned to at the moment. Try to answer questions like, do you know how your product is differentiated in the market? Are you working on items that are neither mission-critical nor differentiated? Analyze the model you created and try to recommend the best option for improvement. Be careful. Purpose alignment model provides you with enough information to determine if you should consider something as a part of the strategy or not. Still, it doesn't help you in making decisions on which courses of action are correct ones. Once you're done, unpause the session. There is another task for you. Organize a session with all the key stakeholders and illustrate a purpose alignment model together with them. The good thing is that this technique is straightforward, so that it will be simple for you with just a few explanations to get everyone on board. Very quickly, all stakeholders can start to participate. The model is easy to use in a facilitated collaborative environment. The session doesn't have to last long, as this technique enables analysis in a short time frame. Plus, a huge benefit is that it can be applied at any of the planning horizons. So you can use it either to prioritize potential initiatives or to determine the features most relevant to satisfying the identified need. On the other hand, this simplicity of the approach can lead to omitting an essential nuance for a feature. Plus, there is a risk that the session will fail if you don't invite the right people. These are the things you should pay attention to. Plus, be aware that this technique only assumes positive intent. Excellent! One more technique mastered. Let's continue with real options together.